All right. Well, Linda, Kayla, can you guys both hear me okay?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Well, my name's Jefferson. So I know normally Emily teaches this class. She actually had to call in sick this morning, so hopefully she's doing okay. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this lovely snowy weather we're having. Um, uh, I'm one of the graduate students at Peak, and so I've taught a lot of classes, but I've never taught Bootcamp before. So we're gonna see how this goes. So bear with me. But just like with all the other classes, if you need a modification, please let me know. If you have a question, a concern, a comment, please just, unmute yourself, say something to me, and we'll see if we can get that taken care of. We're going to go through and we're going to do a warm-up right now. We'll be just probably about 3 or 4 minutes on the warm-up, and then we're going to go through and we're going to do 3 4-minute rounds for our workout today with a minute in between. So I'll explain all the exercises we're going to be doing as we get into them, but it should take about 16 or 17 minutes or so for the actual workout. And then we'll do a couple things to stretch at the end, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna have you guys stand up for a minute. And we're just gonna start off and we're just gonna kind of march in place a little bit, kind of get our blood flowing, get moving. If you wanna do some jumping jacks, if you wanna kind of, go side to side and kind of just move around, whatever you need to do to kind of get the blood into your hands, into your feet. Notice I'm marching my feet right now, as we're moving through, just trying to get that blood moving around out into our extremities. We don't want to be cold while we're doing a workout, right? So as we come into this next little bit, let's actually start doing some jumping jacks, right? So as we're doing these, we're going to kind of jump out, bring our hands up, jump in, bring our hands down. If you can't do that, just do the arms and keep marching your feet. Right? But we're going to go through and we're going to do about 20 or 30 jumping jacks or so, okay? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And kind of shake out those shoulders. Shake out those legs a little bit, kind of just get loose, get ready to go. We're going to start off, we're going to warm up in our shoulders, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a shoulder roll. So I'm going to pull my shoulders down, I'm going to pull my shoulders forward, I'm going to pull my shoulders up and pull them back. And as I'm doing this, I really want to focus on my shoulder blades back here. I want to feel them really moving on my rib cage, right? So from the side, I'm pulling down, I'm pulling forwards, I'm pulling up, pulling back, kind of moving through that whole range of motion in those shoulders. All right, make sure you pull apart, pull up, pull back, pull down. You don't want to just kind of get stuck back here. Let's go the opposite direction, down and back and up and forwards and down, back, up and forwards, and just kind of roll those shoulders out. Get that neck nice and loose, nice and relaxed, right? For this next one, we're going to bring our thumbs up onto our shoulders and we're going to do an elbow circle, right? So I'm going to bring those elbows up, my elbows high, my elbows back, my elbows down, right? So I'm going through that same shoulder roll motion, but now I'm moving my arms along with them, right? Up, back, down, and forwards, right? So up, back, down, and forwards. Up, back, down, and forwards. Let's go the opposite direction. So down, back, up, and forward, down, back, up, and forward, right? As we move through that whole range of motion, kind of just shake out those shoulders one more time, shake out those arms. And we're gonna do one more thing for our shoulders. We're gonna go our hands out in a T shape. We're gonna do an arm circle now. So my palms are facing down. I'm going to do a small circle to the front, right? So from the side, it looks like this. And I'm gonna get a little bit larger and a little bit larger and larger. Right, and so I'm going through that full range of motion. And then once I can't go any further, I'm going to go backwards, still palms down, from large to smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then I'm going to flip my palms up. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go backwards this time. So as I get a little bit larger and larger and larger, and then forwards, still palms up. Let your face make all the faces that it wants to make, right? As we get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then stop and relax. You should be feeling that in your shoulders a little bit. It should kind of, little pops and clicks are okay. That's our body kind of getting ready to move, right? But hopefully you feel a little bit looser and kind of just feel good up in those shoulders, right? So we're move down into our core. We're gonna bring our hands onto our thighs here. So we're gonna let me adjust the angle here so you can see us a little bit better. How's it going, BP? Welcome. We're just getting through a warm up. My name's Jefferson. If you can't hear me, please let me know. Put that up right there. Here we are. But anyway, welcome. We're just getting a warm up. So we're gonna go hands into our sides here, and we're just going to tilt down to one side, right? So I'm letting this side of my abdominals expand as I come down, and I'm gonna come back up. I'm gonna go the opposite direction, let this side expand, and come back up. I'm just moving side to side, right? So I'm not angling down, I'm just kind of moving in my torso, back and forth, and side to side, right? And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of bring it into our low back here. We're gonna bring that right shoulder down, then we're gonna bring that left shoulder down, right shoulder up, left shoulder up. So we're doing kind of a trunk circle now, right? So we're going right shoulder down, left shoulder down, right shoulder up, left shoulder up. And as we're doing this, just be mindful of that low back. You don't want to be, you don't want to injure yourself. You don't want to be doing things too bad, but you do want to let that spine start to get warmed up, relax and contract, right? So we're going back the opposite direction now. So left shoulder down, left shoulder up, right shoulder up, right? So I'm making this kind of circular motion in my shoulders, warming up those abdominals, right? Now we're gonna move back down into our hips a little bit more. We're gonna do a good morning. So this is kind of like a deadlift with no weight. So I'm gonna come stand and my feet are about shoulder width apart, have nice good posture up top. I'm gonna hinge back, keep my posture up and let my hips go backwards. And I'm gonna bring my hips forward and come into it that way, right? So I'm not bending my knees too much as I go down, and I'm not bending over this way, right? I'm bringing my hips back, hips forward, hips back, hips forward, right? Hips back, hips forward, hips back, hips forward, right? We go through and make sure you do about 5 or 10 of those, and then we're gonna kind of come in and we're gonna do the last thing, which is a body weight squat, right? So as I'm doing these body weight squats, similar to that good morning or deadlift position, hopefully you can see me okay. If you ever can't, please just mute yourself and say, hey, what are we doing? I'll kind of try to make the screen a little bit better. But what we're doing is keeping that nice good posture. I'm gonna keep my feet about shoulder width apart, right? And then I'm gonna sink my hips back like I'm sitting in a chair. They come down, and I'm gonna stand back up, right? Sink down, stand back up. Sink down and stand back up. We're gonna go through, do about 5 or 10 or so at your own pace. See how you feel. And relax and kind of shake out those arms, shake out those legs, and hopefully you're feeling pretty warm by now. We're gonna go through, we're gonna hop into the workout, okay? So like I said, this should take about 15 or so minutes. We're gonna come through and we're going to do the first round of 3 exercises. We're gonna do these for 20 seconds each. And we're going to do 4 rounds. So it should take about 4 minutes. Remember, if you need to take a breath, if you need to take a drink of water, please do so. But don't feel like you're forced, but also push yourself, do your best. So the 3 exercises we're gonna do on this one is we're going to do an inchworm push-up, we're going to do a tricep dip, and we're gonna do just a down dog to up dog transition. So what those all look like is we're going to come and we're start for the inchworm push-up. We're going to stand tall. I'm gonna lean forward and touch the ground. And if I can't keep my legs straight to do this, I need to bend my knees. If I need to be in this position, that's okay. But I'm gonna walk out into a push-up position. My hands are underneath my shoulders. I'm gonna do a push-up. I'm gonna stand back up. I'm gonna walk my hands and my feet together. I'm gonna go back out, push-up, up, and forward, right? Out, push-up, up, and forwards, okay? So those are inchworm push-ups. We're gonna do that for the first exercise. Then we're gonna come through and we're going to do a tricep dip. So if you have a chair or a bench nearby or back of the sofa, whatever you need to do, whatever you need to use, that's what we're gonna be using. So for these, we're gonna come to a bench or chair. We're gonna bring our hips forward and try to get a nice straight line as best you can. If you need to bend your knees, you can do so. But we're going to just bend our elbows down, shoulders back and up, down and up, down, and up, right? The further out I bring my feet, the more difficult it's going to be, as well as the lower I go, right? And the last exercise is just an upward facing dog to a downward facing dog transition. So we're gonna come to a push-up position, right? And we're gonna come to this position here. We're gonna bring our hips down. This is upward facing dog. We're gonna bring our hips up and lean back. This is downward facing dog. So we're just gonna keep kind of transitioning forwards and backwards for 20 seconds, okay? Any questions? Everybody ready? Okay, so I'm gonna start my timer here. I'm gonna go through, remember we're gonna go 20 seconds of each exercise. We're gonna go for 4 rounds, so 4 minutes in total. So we're gonna start off with those inchworm push-ups. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. So we're gonna walk out to the push-up, walk back up, walk out to the push-up, walk back up, walk out to the push-up, walk back up, and we're gonna transition now up into the tricep dips. We're gonna come into our bench or our chair, bring our feet out forward, start dips, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 more seconds, 3, 2, 1, time. We're gonna switch to those downward facing dog to upward facing dog transitions, right? So we're coming up, downward facing dog, forwards, upward facing dog, back, downward facing dog, forwards, upward facing dog, back, downward facing dog, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, upward facing dog, and then we're going to transition into those inchworm push-ups. We're walking up to our hands to our feet, walking out to that push-up position, doing a push-up, coming backwards, hands to our feet, walking forwards into a push-up. This is going to be the last one. So we come up and back to those tricep dips, right? So we're going to come in to our bench or our chair, and we're going to go down and up and down, up and down and up. 10 more seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The downward facing dog, upward facing dog transitions, coming into a push-up position, hips down, hips up, hips down, hips up. Make sure you're engaging your abdominals as we do this. I'm not just pressing in my shoulders. And one more, and then we're gonna kind of walk back into those inchworm push-ups. Walk backwards this way. We're gonna walk back out, do that push-up, then we're gonna walk back in, and then we're gonna walk back out, do the push-up, and walk back in, and walk back out, do the push-up, we're gonna walk back in, and we're gonna come up to those tricep dips, right? So we're gonna come into our bench or our chair, and go down and up, and 5 more seconds, 2, 1, ready, come forward into those downward facing dog, upward facing dog, right? We have one more round of everything after this. So hips up, hips forward, hips up, hips forward, hips up, hips forward, and 5 more seconds. Try to get one more in, and come back. We're gonna go into round 4, right? We're coming up into those inchworm push-ups. We walk forward, do a push-up, walk back to our hands, walk forwards, do a push-up, walk back, hands to feet, walk forward, last one, push-up, walk back, and we're gonna go into those tricep dips, come back on the bench, down and up, and we have 5 more seconds, 2, 1, and last time, downward facing dog, upward facing dog transitions, right? So we're down, hips forward, hips back, hips forward, hips back, hips forward, hips back, in 5 more seconds, 3, 2, 1, time. Good job, everybody. All right, so that is round 1, or exercise 1. We're gonna go through, we're gonna do 2 more rounds of 4 different exercises. So the next one, we're gonna take about a 1.5-minute break. The next one, feel free to grab a drink of water. I'm going to explain the exercises as we do this break, right? So we're gonna do a squat, we're gonna do a jump, or a glute bridge, excuse me, and we're going to do a high knee lunge, all right? So what we're going to be doing as we do these body weight squats, we're here, keeping that chest up nice and tall. We're gonna sink back, stand up, sink back, stand up. If you wanna make it a little bit more difficult, you can do a jump squat, up, up, or if you need to make it a little bit easier, you can come back onto your bench or your chair and sit back and stand up, sit back and stand up, right? Exercise number 2, we're going to do a glute bridge. So we're gonna come onto our backs here. I'm gonna put my heels into the ground. I'm gonna raise my hips up to the sky and press my shoulders into the ground. I'm gonna come up this way. We're gonna hold a glute bridge for 20 seconds. If you wanna make it a little bit more difficult, you can bring one foot up and try to maintain that same position as you come down. Or you can put your feet up on your bench or chair and do things that way, right? For the last one, we're going to do a the lunge with a high knee. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna come and we can do either a reverse lunge back here and then stand up, bring your knee high, foot down, and then switch your feet up. Or you can do a forward lunge where you step forward, down, bring that knee up tall, opposite leg, forward, down, bring your knee up and go tall. Does anybody have any questions? All right, we're gonna get started in about 15 seconds. Remember, we're gonna start off with a body weight squat. Then we're gonna go into a glute bridge, and then we're gonna do a lunge with a high knee, okay? So we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Body weight squats. Down and up, down and up. Notice as we're doing these squats, I'm keeping my weight in my heels. I'm not coming forward on my toes, right? My hips come back, my hips come forward. Let's do 3 more seconds. 1, and get ready for those glute bridges on our backs. Come down, hips up nice and tall. Hold this position for 10 more seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand back up. We're gonna get ready for those lunges with a high knee. So we're coming down and up and down and up. Let's just stay on one side for this round. And the next round, we're gonna do the opposite leg. In 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. And we're gonna go through lunges, or excuse me, squats one more time. Down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Hip bridges, right? Glute bridges. Up nice and tall. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Stand back up. We're gonna do that left leg now. Lunge back and up and back and up and back and up. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, time. And we're gonna go into those body weight squats. Back and up, back and up. We're halfway. You guys are doing great. In 3, 2, 1. Get ready for those glute bridges. Down and hips up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand back up. We're gonna do that right side one more time with those lunges. We're gonna go knee down, knee up, knee down, knee up, down and up, down and up, down and up. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time, right? And we're gonna go into those lunges or those squats one more time. Hips back, hips forward, hips back, hips forward, right? Keep that weight in those heels. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. We're gonna go into those glute bridges, heels in the ground, hips up nice and tall. Keep breathing. You guys are doing great. 5, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And we're gonna go that left leg one last time in those lunges. We're gonna come knee down, knee up, knee down, knee up, down and up, down and up, down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time, right? Go ahead, grab a drink of water. We're gonna take 2 minutes rest. And I'll explain the next exercises, okay? So what we're gonna be doing is we're going to be doing a plank with an elbow march, right? Or it's called a jack plank. What that looks like is we're gonna come here into the plank position, and we're just gonna march our knee up to our shoulder or our elbow, just kind of transitioning side to side like this. Remember, as we're doing these planks, we wanna have our elbows underneath our shoulders. We really wanna make sure that we keep a nice straight line from head to heel, right? I wanna be nice and solid here. I don't wanna be up here. I really don't wanna be down here, right? I wanna stay nice and in control as I'm doing these marches, right? Then from there, we're gonna come in and we're going to do just a high knee march, standing up. So we're gonna be here, and we're just gonna be doing a high knee march, okay? For 20 seconds, and then we're gonna come in and we're gonna do a skier lunge, right? So this one is a little bit tricky. Be mindful of your ankles. You don't have to jump, but do your best. What it looks like is we're gonna come here, and I'm going to, so I'm gonna come foot back, and I'm gonna jump side to side, right? Excuse me, these are speed skaters, not skiers. I misspoke. We came back. So we're coming down. We're just kind of move side to side. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can go a little bit further. Jumping side to side, right? Planks with a jack plank, so plank with a knee to your shoulder, a standing high knee, and then we're going to do those speed skaters side to side, okay? If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to get started in about 15 seconds. And this will be our last one. Apologize, we're gonna go just a touch long, but 4 more minutes. In 3, 2, 1, planks, ready to go. So knee up to your chest. If you want to just do a regular plank, you can do so. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, time. We're gonna do those high knee marches, up and marching. Try to get that knee up nice and tall. Be in control of that foot. Try not to lose your balance, right? You wanna make sure that you are moving where you wanna move. 3 more seconds, we're gonna do those speed skaters. And we're gonna come side to side, right? If you wanna try to coordinate your arms and your legs, so my right leg goes back, my right arm comes forward so that my elbow is kind of coming to my knee, right? In 3, 2, 1, we're gonna go into those planks. So plank, nice and tall. 2, that's round 1 done. Five more seconds. 2, 1, time. We're gonna do those high knees. Stand up and move. If you want to go a little bit faster and kind of jog it, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. In 3, 2, 1. Speed skaters. Ten more seconds. Minute 2 is almost over. In 3, 2, 1. Planks. Coming in down, elbows and toes. Bring those knees up. Five more seconds. 1. Time. We're gonna come up. Those high knees. Marching. Ten more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Speed skaters. Back. Side to side. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last minute planks. Knee to your shoulder. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Stand up for those high knees. Coming through. Bring those knees nice and tall. Stay in control of that balance. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Speed skaters. Side to side, last 20 seconds. You guys are doing great. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All righty, you guys. Great job. Well done. Catch your breath, drink some water. Great work today, you guys. That's going to be everything for right now. I'd encourage you all to do some stretches at home. You all should be home by now anyway. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hope you got a good workout in. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You guys.
you.